Hello, my name is Alejandra Rodriguez, and today I'm going to be answering the Dispositions Self Assessment Survey. To begin, I do want to state that I have prior experience in the classroom. This is my fifth year teaching. Although I did take a step back to go back to school, I have experience as a paraprofessional, as a co teacher, and as a teacher going on 5 years. The first question that I'm going to be answering is, what dispositions do I possess that I think will make me a successful teacher? I think that the disposition that I embody the most is high expectations. I try to do everything to the best of my ability and then some. And by setting high expectations for myself, I feel like the rest of the dispositions fall into place. Having high expectations would mean I go above and beyond to show compassion. I go above and beyond to advocate for my students. I go above and beyond to show professionalism and respect in everything that I do. So I think they kind of, having high expectations is kind of like the foundation for all these other dispositions. And it has helped me be successful in the classroom by allowing me to show that I have high expectations for myself. Therefore, I have high expectations for my students, and in turn, they achieve those expectations, which I think really helps prepare them for the future. Like I said, I do teach middle school, and I try to get them ready for those next 2 years, as well as once they go into high school. It is a big change going from elementary school to middle school, so I try to set the tone for them as to what is going to be expected of them moving forward. The next question is, what dispositions do you need to work on before you enter the classroom as a first year teacher? Although I do have experience already, I think one of the dispositions I wished I had more experience with, or something that I practiced a little bit more, would be advocacy. During my first year, I was walking into a new campus as I'm the new teacher, and everyone has their own teaching ways and their own ways of reprimanding students. Their classroom management is different, you know. We all tailor it as best suits us. However, I did encounter a colleague of mine who I didn't completely agree the way he would reprimand his students. And I just saw some things that I didn't really think followed our code of ethics. And being a new teacher, I didn't want to step on anyone's toes, so I kind of just observed and just kept it to myself until I feel like something drastic was, he did something drastic, and I was like, okay, you know what? This is not okay. I need to say something, and I did. I admit that it took me a long time. I was just scared of, stepping on anyone's toes, and I didn't want anyone to feel disrespected by me, the new girl. Although I wasn't reprimanded for not reporting it immediately, I was advised to never keep a concern of that nature to myself again, because at the end of the day, we are here to advocate for our students, and our priority is student safety. And so, with that advice, I put it in play, and I can proudly say that I have never found myself in a situation like that again. I try to advocate for my students as much as possible whenever I can, whenever I see fit. And yeah, I think it's just one of those things that can happen to a lot of people as a new teacher going in. It can be very intimidating. So I just think it's something that we need to be a little bit more comfortable with, because at the end of the day, it is our duty to look out for our students. The next question says, what qualities should professional educators display? I think responsibility, to show respect. We need to show respect in every aspect of our lives, especially as a teacher. I think one receives respect when we give it. To have a good positive learning environment and a positive work environment, we can show respect to all of our colleagues, and in turn they'll give it to you. It goes hand in hand with respecting our students. When you respect your students are inclined to respect you. We need to be mindful of the way we speak to them, the way we treat them, because we can sometimes get carried away with the authority we hold over them, and we need to remember that they are there to learn, and that we are there to guide them, not to have power over them. So I think it's a really important quality to have.